Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Jan-Jaap. I am the owner. I am and reporting at this moment for GGA Sports Studio. Um, it's the time of the year again, people. Getting ready on the highway. What can also be a little bit sideway if you want that, if you want to take it a little bit slower. But we're on the road to WrestleMania. This Saturday it starts with the Royal Rumble. Yes, people. We're finally there. The exciting time of the year, as we call it. My God, people. You know, we're sitting here nice recording this live broadcast. Well, outside it's storming here in Denmark. Trust me, I've seen trash cans and trucks. No, that's a little bit over the, passed by my window. All right. Um, so, are we ready to rumble? Here we go. All right, with my predictions. It's always difficult with the Royal Rumble to predict, mostly because, especially this year. And why do I say this? Because if I look at the match card, there's two matches announced, or regular matches, and two Royal Rumble matches. Now, it can be that there won't be more added, that WWE really lately also has said something. Yeah, we're not going to do really long pay-per-views anymore. From 5-6 hours, we let that to AEW. Again, people, again, we're so cheap. And I got a questions a lot about WWE or Raw moving to Netflix. Well, with the pay-per-views, what about internationally? Well, I haven't figured it out internationally yet with the pay-per-views. What is going to happen? Are we going to stay people outside the countries where Netflix is not broadcasting WWE? Is they going to stay on the network? I haven't figured it out yet. So what we'll do is the next video I'll do. I will go deeper in. I just have to dig a little bit and read every small print. It's about the sale because it is so complicated. There's so much rare going on it. Also the thing is again that, for example, what I felt about is that um, the deal with USA Network, right, is ending in October, October 2024. The Netflix deal is starting on January 2025. Now the question is, what is WWE going to do from October to January? That's also such a question, right? Um, so we haven't figured it out yet. I'm busy with it. I'm working on it, but yeah. So or we'll put some articles, news articles about it, but definitely we'll get back to you. And I think I'm going to do a special vlog about it, but that probably will be after the Royal Rumble, so somewhere next week if that's all right with you guys. If you can hear, I'm a little bit colded. No COVID. No, don't worry. It's just a cold. I have it always this time of year. I'm a little bit colded. I think it's the weather. You know, the weather in Denmark. You know, it's in the winter it's always cold or it is raining or it's very much storm as is going on right now. You know, people, I'm always looking forward to the summer. Being that sad. I'm sometimes even thinking about going somewhere south, you know, somewhere, I don't know, maybe Spain or something, or Italy, or I don't know, something very warm. And then I look at my bank account and say, okay, whatever. You know, I think we all have that problem, right? Just saying. And then always this is also the fact. Then my question is always, how good is my internet if I would do that? And you know what I mean? how can I be of service to you guys? Now, we're drifting off apart as I always do. But that's about the weather. And we're not here about talking about the weather. We're talking about here the Royal Rumble. Alright. Well, let's start off with the women. I'm a gentleman, people. I always learned, I'm old fashioned. I learned women always first. Yeah, that's how I've been raised, people. I can't help it. Alright, announce for the female royal member. This is also something again. We have only 4 names. 4 names of 30 being announced for the women Royal Rumble. Well, alright, that is Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Bayley, and Bianca Belair. Well, probably the whole control. What is it called? Damage control is in it. That you can figure it out. It probably Zoe Stark. All the females on the main roster will be in it. Trust me. That's how it is. I think it is sometimes, right. Is it not easier just to say, well, all the members on the full roster of the mainstream is in it? I mean, this announcement is crap because we eventually find out it's going to be anyway, and then we have some, legends. Michelle McCool. Hey, Rock. Molly Holly probably or something. Kelly. You know what I mean? The usual. I even don't want to call them always legends. I mean, if I say Kelly and legend in one sentence, it doesn't make much sense. Like I don't know. It's very warm on the North Pole. That is something like the same if you say Kelly and legend. And nothing against her. I mean, she's a pretty woman. Don't get me wrong. But come on. Okay, I'm always drifting off people. This is the funny part with me. I have people who always watch me and follow me on YouTube. They know. Go sit down, have a nice drink, and Jaap will always go off topic. That's tipping me. I like to talk. I always like to ramble around a little bit, talk crap. Everything goes in here. Weather reports, you saw tonight. What I think about Kelly. Hey, I said she was a pretty woman, right? I just don't think she's a legend. And no, I'm not going to have debates with people about if Kelly is a legend, yes or no. Okay, you keep it to yourself. No, that's okay. You can tell me in the comments then. All right. Just saying. All right, here. So Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Bayley, and Bianca Belair. And I'm going to be really honest. I think the winner is there. One of those 4 is going to win it, and that's Becky Lynch. And why do I think Becky Lynch, people? And I'm to be honest, I'm so tired of Becky Lynch winning. How many times did Becky win it? Really, it's almost standard, right? It's almost like, well, just give her the win. We don't do the female Royal Rumble. We'll just give it to her. It's almost like that. But there's so much teasers going on with Rhea versus Becky. Yes, of course, Bayley also even, but I don't think that's going on. I think it would be nice for Bayley, but Bayley, Rhea Ripley. I mean, how many people are watching football or soccer in America, right? If you, that is the same if you mention something like Argentina against Malta. I feel like that if and Argentina is then of course Rhea Ripley, and Malta is Bayley. And don't get me wrong, I like Bayley. I think she's great, but she isn't really put over to be, so dominant. She doesn't be so dominant as a main eventer. I like she is pretty, she's funny as hell on Twitter. If I see her on Twitter, my God, I love my ass in pieces sometimes about her. You should, people, even if you're not Bailey fan, you know, and you like a good joke from time to time, go follow Bailey on Twitter. I mean, seriously. Well, hey, that's just me. You know what I mean. All right. I'm sitting, it's so annoying, right? Sometimes I like to put off screen, but then you can't hear me because then I want to be such a big ass, you know, podcaster who likes to hide behind his mic, and that is the mic is sometimes you see these podcasters, right? The mic is bigger than the head. You think to yourself, really? See, here you go again, off topic. I'm terrible at it. No, I think Becky Lynch. It's been so much teased with the looks, and it was rumored already last year. So it's not something. I think it's very yeah. And then you ask about what they're going to do with Rhea on WrestleMania now, or on the Elimination Chamber, because we're also getting that. I think that is going to be for the other brand. So if Becky wins, that's Raw. So for the SmackDown main event for the women's title, is then probably be done something in the chamber. And same goes, but the problem we're facing, of course, with the men is something else. I'll come to that later. No, but my pick is definitely Becky Lynch. People I so expect as legends to come up, as I said, Michelle McCool, Molly Holly, Kelly. Yeah. And it also makes sense. If you look at WrestleMania, right, the card, if you're talking back to come to Rhea Ripley Beckley, that match is so heavily teased, yet we never got it. I can't remember, people, that we actually ever had Becky versus Rhea. Can be wrong. No. So, yeah. All right. And now it's going to be a little bit difficult. And I think what is going to happen, people, and I'm going to do the males Royal Rumble. This is going to be a little bit technical. I'm going to explain you what is going on, what I think is going to happen. Start to tease a little bit, but then I'll explain to you later. Announced Kofi Kingston, Damian Priest, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Shinsuke Nakamura, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes. A lot of people say CM Punk. And I can understand that. But now we have the injury of Seth Rollins. Now, I looked it up. I spoke with several doctors even. I phoned my own doctor. I had on surprise I have to get some medicine. I said, Doc, listen, I need your help. This wrestler has this injury. How long will he be out? And he said to me, mostly 3 to 6 weeks. General. That is with rehab, everything. It's not such a big, terrible injury. It sounds more worse than it really is. It's easy treatable, especially with modern science today, and recovery. That is also fine. If you could also, the thing is, I think WWE is now going to play this a little bit off to make it look like he's not going to make it to WrestleMania. He's going to be there, people. Don't buy into that shit. It's storyline. Come on. Do a little bit Googling. You can even find it on Google. After I spoke with my doctor asked my doctor at it, and so I did some googling. Not that I don't trust him, because he's a great doctor. I have really honest, great guy. But I did some googling, and it's also stand there 3 to 6 weeks. Do the math, people. Probably, yeah, sure, rehab. Come on, these guys, they're not then it's not knitting they're doing, right? They're used to something. And story time again. I'm going to take you along to football. Some years ago, Holland, Arjen Robben, he was very injured, and there was a star player, and was doubtful, and they had all these special, alternative even go, and he made it. He made it. But the thing is also, people, what we don't know, and what I'm telling you now half the story, because through all the tournaments for the World Cup at the time, it was in 2010, when Holland actually made it even to the final. So imagine that guy played all matches. The first 2 matches, I think he sat on the bench or he came in. But most of the matches he played. Later, when he was finished the tournament, the World Cup, the injury was still there. And that's what I think, if he's really longer injured, if that is possible, that is always what my doctor also say. It is hard to say it from a piece of paper, because there can be side effects, there can be etc., that it can take definitely longer. But we're very far today in medical science, and we know that sometimes with the right treatment and the correct procedure, you can wrestle through an injury. I'm not for it. I'm really not for it, but it's the biggest event of the year. And it's about a world title, a feud that is so heavily already teased, right, with CM Punk. Now, this is what you have to keep in mind. Cody Rhodes is going to win the Royal Rumble. They let CM Punk a little bit wait, because they're going to really look at it. How really serious is this injury? How far is he really with his recovery? And then they pull the plug on him on the match. If he's ready to go, they let just CM Punk win the Elimination Chamber, people. Because they're on the same brand anyway. If you had him win, then you can't have Cody Rhodes going to challenge a SmackDown guy. Cody Rhodes is going to win the Royal Rumble match. Who is going to face? I will come back later. I heard a rumor of legends coming in the Royal Rumble match. The Undertaker is willing to make a cameo. Hulk Hogan even said he has one more in him. When was yesterday 40 years. He was talking about the Royal Rumble, and he said, "But guys, I have one more in me. Can he make a cameo?" I don't want him in a ring, people. Don't misunderstand me. I don't want to see, only if Hulk Hogan comes to do a promo, and I hope he remembers his lines. He's terrible with more lines and forgetting things than I am. Okay, he's also a little bit older than I am. But the thing is, no wrestling for Hulk Hogan. Please. If he comes, let him do the leg drop and, show his muscles. They're probably hanging somewhere down here now. And, but the thing is, no wrestling, please. I don't want to see it. It was already terrible when he was in his prime. The guy could not even wrestle. He just do the boot, He said, you and that is leg drag. That was all what he did. Go take a look at a match of Hulk Hogan. They're so terrible, people. And I grew up with him. I saw it. And this is funny, right? I'm going to be real honest. I never liked Hulk Hogan. I couldn't stand the guy. For WrestleMania 6 when I was watching, I was cheering for the Ultimate Warrior. And WrestleMania 5 I was cheering for Macho Man. And on and on and on and on. As long as when Hulk Hogan was in, I was cheering for the other guy. Because it was always the same. That's how boring it is. It's just like the same. This is why also people ask me, why don't you like Roman Reigns? For the same reason. It's the same over and over and over again. And Roman Reigns, okay, sure, he can wrestle better than Hulk Hogan. Don't get me wrong. I see some, you do some, yeah, sure. But eventually it's the same over and over again. And the thing is, I have more respect for Hulk Hogan, but for Roman Reigns, the problem is how they book him. That is my worst. I think it's so crap how they book him. Because the guy walks out to the ring, acknowledge me. Rambles some crap, mostly it's the same. And then he goes again. He doesn't wrestle. I mean, he held the title for 3-4 years. What now? 35 defenses. In that way, if I could find out to wrestle, I could even do that. Go sit on my couch. Yeah, people, I'm the world champion. Not that I'm doing anything about it, but I'm the world champion. My problem with Roman Reigns. But hey, people like him. I get it. But people, because he wins, they come and then the output say, he cheated. Yeah, he's booked as a heel, people. My God, it's also such a discussion you have sometimes with these people. Some people really don't get. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting so frustrated with this. I really have to move on because this. So the Royal Rumble match for the man. You know who I really like to start off? I don't know if he still. I heard he still wrestles. Lights go down. A mic comes down. And his number one entry is it, Mr. Kennedy! Kennedy! I would really like to see him open the Royal Rumble match as number one. Who remembers Mr. Kennedy? I think it was he was in TNA or Impact under Mr. Anderson or something. And he was a little bit wrong for goal. It was all kind of crap. And he was actually booked to be Vince McMahon is a legal child or something. And they changed it to Hornswoggle. It turned out a joke. Storyline started off heavy with McMahon exploding in the limo. See, again, I'm going on. Well, I really would like to see Mr. Kennedy come down with the microphone and say, Mr. Kennedy! Now, if he's going to be in it, I really don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, but it could be so cool if they start off with that. And you don't have to, these legends, right? You don't have to get them along. Let Ivar come out and throw him over the top rope or something. I don't know. Have Ivar a little bit, a dominant run in the Royal Rumble. He's a big dude. Not that he win it, but let him throw some guys out. You know what I mean? Start off. In fact, maybe Gunther then comes in. But you know what? Gunther is number 2. Right, comes out. And then Brock Lesnar comes out. And let them eliminate each other. And then you have that setup for WrestleMania. Gunther versus WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar. Here. It's so simple. I can even book the Royal Rumble, people. I know it's more difficult than that. I am aware. Don't worry. Before I start, I already get our arrogant comments on. No, so Cody Rhodes, I think, will win. And CM Punk will win the Elimination Chamber. And then he will take on Seth. Probably will be back, injured or not. Well, yeah. Alright, and then the matches, people. Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul. I actually like Logan Paul as champion. It is really weird, people. People who know me, I don't like actually Logan Paul. But as a champ, as a US champion, I think he will do fine. He's just doing fine. And here's the fun part. But a lot of people, yeah, but he's never wrong. Now, see, the difference between Logan Paul and Roman is Logan has a huge followers lined up. He's a famous dude. He is mainstream. So if you put a title on him, it commercialized. You see him also everywhere going with that title. WWE does that on purpose to attract new viewers. Alright? So, I'm the champion. I'm the US champion and it is just free PR. It's a publicity stunt, people. They're using that title to attract new eyeballs on the product. Kevin Owens. Does Kevin Owens really need a mid-card title? I doubt it. He belongs there in the main event spot. He does. He doesn't need the main card. I mean, if they're going to put the title on him, the thing is that it sounds like more, well, we have nothing better for you. And Kevin Owens does have better things to do. He has to be there in that main card. He's way, the mid card title is way below him. He's much better than that. Trust me. So I'll go with Logan Paul. That gives good references, because then he will be mentioned everywhere again in the media. Give WWE free advertisement. Because people, sorry, if they put him in let's say Logan Paul, when it comes out, Kevin Owens beat Logan Paul. The rest of the world thinks, who the fuck is Kevin Owens? The people who don't watch wrestling, who's Kevin Owens? I mean, take my mom for example, right? She despises wrestling. Despises is a strong word. Since I started doing this, she's a little bit more interested, but it's not her thing. Let's call it like that. All right, I think despises is the wrong word. And her name Resta, she looked at me. Who? She knows The Rock. Right? John Cena also a little bit now showed some movies, the Cockblockers, for example, the movie. She found it hilarious, don't get me wrong. And Transformers. Bumblebee was it, I think he was in. I like Bumblebee. I think Bumblebee was actually one of the most funniest Transformer movies. Okay, see you going off. I have to learn. Stay in wrestling, people. No, I don't think it would be not smart if you put him on to win the title. Mid-card titles should be for the mid-card. He's above it, people. Come on. I'm so tired, people. Sorry about that. And then the fatal 4-way. The main event, the United States WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus LA Knight. I believe strongly that we're going this year to get Roman versus The Rock. But not for a title. Because otherwise WWE would actually book themselves in that corner. Sure. What you can do is a triple threat, all go after Seth, because he's injured. Easy peasy. No, I think you should not do that. Cody should finish the story at WrestleMania. I agree with it now. But however, is it really necessary actually that he finish the story this year? But okay, I said he will win, so he will be in the main event. I think there's going to be some sort of shenanigan. We saw this also before, right? With John Cena, The Rock, number 2. CM Punk was the champion, long time deserved champion. He should have deserved even the main event. Don't get me wrong. That time, so long time he was champion. But The Rock came in, he had a match and toppled CM Punk to put on the line The Rock versus John Cena. And then we're going to get heels a little bit. Cody Rhodes will finish the story at WrestleMania against Randy Orton. Many, if they think back, when Cody left, they had a feud where Cody actually attacked Randy Orton. That was never finalized, that storyline. And remember, he's the Viper, Randy Orton. He comes in slowly and slippery, he waits and attacks. And WrestleMania is the time he attacks. And why? Because suddenly Randy Orton is the true champion, the nice guy, because he returned on Cody. He was supposedly be friends. But storyline, you can make a twist in it. Sure, you can, then if you have booked this match, WrestleMania, and there are balls. And suddenly Randy turns heel. I never forget what you did to me before you left. Long time storybooking, people. Long time storytelling. Then you have, of course, the title of Roman. And all the Roman fans, yeah, that's not true because he has to beat Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Why does he have to break all these records? Because then if he breaks Hulk Hogan's record, then he has to break all the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And then we are 20 years further, and we still have Roman as champion. It's so still, people, the title. Roman doesn't need a title at this moment. He really doesn't. The biggest mistake people make in wrestling today is they see the title as the most important thing of wrestling. Titles are just props used to build storylines on it. Wrestling is built on what you can bring and tell the story in the ring. How better you're at it. And you can easily do on night 2 Roman versus The Rock as the main event. Where is it written there has to be a title on the line? Where is that said? You got then the title of Roman, because if you put the title on the match, it's so obvious what is going to happen. Yeah, people say now he joined TKO. Yeah, he's now big forever. No, you morons. He's not back full time. He's a member of the board of directors. You know what they do? Smoke cigarettes. Cigars, big cigars, you know. And the rest, they don't do shit. Some paperwork, yeah, some designed. But Vince is still there. He's still above The Rock there on the board of directors. The Rock goes back to Hollywood, people. He doesn't need a title. We're not going to get a free matches or something between them. No, it's just going to be one match. The Rock is not going to wrestle full time again. Being that sad, he's going back to Hollywood. You don't need a title. You really don't. Because if you put a title on the match, it's so predictable. Because they're never going to put the title on the Rock. Why? When can he defend it then? We'll then be sitting for 2 years without a champion. Think I'd rather stay on Roman then. The title needs to go back to defend it on television, especially now that SmackDown is the only cable show, because Raw is going to a streaming channel where you have to pay for. Not everybody is going to have Netflix. Yeah, most people have Netflix, but there's also a lot of people who don't and don't want to get it. And that's why they have to start slowly down the title on someone else. May it be Cody, may it be Randy Orton. They're great names. And then Cody he can go finish his story. Yes, I make then Randy Orton as a traditional champion, but Randy doesn't really need it either, right? And being that sad, people, Randy can go on, maybe do a feud rematch with Cody, you know, like they do in WWE, do 6 rematches, and go off, do something else, another feud. I have nothing against Randy. I respect Randy Orton a lot. Don't get me wrong. But he doesn't need a title either at this moment. Cody, it makes sense. He is on the cover from WWE 2K24. So they have to put somehow the title on. And this is the easiest way, people. And then you can have also a more exciting feud. And this is not so predictable between Roman and The Rock. Because if you have the title on Roman and he's going against The Rock, we know Roman is going to win. And therefore, I say, take it now. It's time this Saturday that we take the belt off Roman. And you can keep Roman strong. You don't even have to pin Roman. It's ideal. That is so nice with a fatal 4-way. The problem with WWE is always with the booking, they don't take advantage of it. You always see mostly retain in WWE when they do a multi-man match. But the fact is, people, it's the easiest way. Let AJ Styles pick up the pin. They keep LA Knight also strong, because AJ Styles is retiring. Remember, he said it also clear. He's on his way out. His contract is finishing this year, and said he's not going to renew. He's going to stop. That's really true. Maybe he's going back to TNA. I don't know. But he is going to start. So it's no need that you push AJ Styles. You can further along to break down um, his stable, right? It will be so ideal that AJ Styles takes the fall. And Randy RKO's AJ Styles 1, 2, 3. And we can Roman for the title Randy versus Cody. And you can put it on night 1 as main event. You can also put there CM Punk versus Seth Rollins as night 1. You have an ideal, nice, great card for WrestleMania. And that is what the Royal Rumble is about, people. To set up this card, this great card for WrestleMania. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. My name is Jan-Jaap Abbink. I'm reporting for GTA Sports Studio. I want to hear your predictions also. Put them in the comments. I really look forward to read them. And take care. Enjoy your Royal Rumble and let's get ready to rumble, people!